And when you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark.
Have you heard the news? NBA MVPs and legends are absolutely raving about the face of basketball. Caitlin Clark isn't just great. She's got some of basketball's biggest names calling her the best player in the country and praising her performances as some of the greatest they've ever witnessed. And get this, she's not just dominating in college or a lesser-known league. She's doing it on the biggest stage of all, the WNBA.
Always had the ball in her hands. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I was like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player in the country.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season in the WNBA has been nothing short of historic. She's blown away her freshman class, earning Rookie of the Year and first-team All-WNBA, the first time in 16 years for a rookie to do so. But she's not stopping there. Her sights are firmly set on contending for a championship, making sure she elevates her game in the offseason. So, how is it that some of the greatest NBA players in history are sitting up and taking notice? Stick around as we break down how these 10 NBA legends are celebrating her greatness and showing her some serious love. And we have a surprise number 11, a player often compared to Clark, giving her the highest praise.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
So what's making NBA royalty speak up, or in some cases, take back their words? We're about to break it down, and trust us, you won't believe what they're about to say. What has Clark done that has these greats doing a double take? First up is none other than Steph Curry, four-time NBA champion, two-time league MVP, and the undisputed greatest shooter in basketball history. A fan of Caitlin Clark since her college days, Curry has openly shared what makes her such a phenomenal talent.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen.
Coming from someone who's shattered records and earned a reputation as unguardable, that's no small compliment. Both Curry and Clark share a game-changing ability, a lightning-fast release that leaves defenders in the dust. But it's not just the speed, it's the jaw-dropping accuracy from absurd distances that truly sets them apart. Get this. Clark's average three-point attempt comes from an incredible 28 feet, 1.1 inches. That's farther out than peak seasons from Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and yes, even Steph Curry himself. No wonder people joke that you need to start guarding Caitlin as soon as she walks into the gym.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
You've already heard from Kevin Durant, two-time NBA champion and 2014 NBA MVP, calling Caitlin Clark the best player in the country at the start of this video. But guess what? KD isn't done singing her praises. He's got even more to say about what makes her such a standout talent. Here's Durant breaking down why Caitlin is one of the most dangerous offensive threats he's ever seen, highlighting her elite shooting, incredible passing, and, above all, her relentless work ethic.
Best player, period, right now. She's incredible.
She's advanced, man. She could do a lot out there. She's making the right plays. She could draw so much attention, and she just baiting the defense in. I'll still make a cross-court pass. Just like, that's just muscle memory. Y'all work on this every day.
Luka Doncic, perennial MVP candidate and one of the brightest young stars in the NBA, has dubbed Caitlin Clark the women's Steph Curry. And if that wasn't impressive enough, he even admitted that she might be a better shooter than he is. Coming from a player celebrated for his own shooting brilliance, that's about as high a compliment as it gets.
It's a woman, Steph Curry. Thank you. She can shoot it better than me.
Next up at number 4 is none other than four-time NBA champion and four-time MVP, LeBron James. After just a few months into Caitlin Clark's WNBA career, LeBron offered one of the biggest compliments imaginable.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
A man who's no stranger to the spotlight himself, LeBron spoke about the Caitlin Clark effect, not just on Indiana, but on the entire sport of basketball. His words highlight the game-changing impact Caitlin is having, both on and off the court.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
Indiana Pacers superstar Tyrese Halliburton was one of the first to welcome Caitlin Clark with open arms to the city. When she entered the league, he had nothing but glowing words to say about her talent and potential.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for her to be here. I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting for me, and I think a lot of people in our organization.
Frequently spotted in the front row at Fever games, Halliburton's enthusiasm is hard to miss. The joy on his face as he watches the home team play speaks volumes about Caitlin's impact, not just on the court, but throughout the entire Indiana community and beyond.
You've been courtside for almost all of Caitlin's games. Any big takeaways and all of the...
She's a great player, and I just like watching her play. I like watching all the girls play. They're getting a lot better as the season's went on. Leah had a great game the other day. Kelsey's been great. But I like going watching basketball. So as long as I'm in Indy and I'm not doing nothing, I'm going to go watch the game. It's always fun to do. So I love being able to watch Fever games. The excitement in the city is awesome. It's cool when I bring people who, I brought a couple friends who haven't been to a WNBA game before, and they're like, bro, it's to the third level. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what Fever games are like now, So it's really cool to see the excitement around the team.
We've talked about today's NBA superstars, but what about the legends? Do they have anything to say about Caitlin Clark? Spoiler alert, they absolutely do.
Caitlin Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better.
Let's start with Shaquille O'Neal, who once proudly called himself a Caitlin Clark skeptic. Shaq's journey from being critical of Clark to becoming a full-fledged supporter speaks volumes about the undeniable power of transformative talent. Initially, O'Neal's strong allegiance to LSU, paired with his close friendship with Angel Reese, heavily influenced his perception of Clark's abilities. This bias was particularly evident during the 2023 National Championship game, where LSU defeated Iowa. As the game played out, Shaq's doubts about Clark's shooting prowess were on full display.
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love. You know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before.
As Caitlin Clark continued to dominate on the court, Shaquille O'Neal found himself repeatedly eating his words. In a candid and unfiltered moment on Angel Reese's podcast, O'Neal came clean and admitted,
never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but that game I'm watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like. And I was a hater because, I'm down when she was like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not going to hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth.
At number 7, enter Kevin Garnett, the 2003 MVP and a Hall of Famer known as the Big Ticket. Garnett isn't one to hand out comparisons easily, but when it comes to Caitlin, he's putting her in the same breath as, yep, you guessed it, Steph Curry. Here's what Garnett had to say.
Hey, if you ain't in the Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro.
So what's got Kevin Garnett making such a bold comparison? It's Caitlin Clark's unparalleled shooting ability and skill set. Like Curry, Clark's range begins the moment she crosses half court. She's got that same lightning-quick release, unshakable confidence, and willingness to pull up from anywhere. Just as Curry revolutionized the NBA, Clark is redefining the game in women's basketball. Garnett didn't stop there. He recently went on air to discuss Clark's controversial Olympic snub and praised her for ushering in a new wave in the WNBA. His words carried mad respect as he acknowledged how she's growing the game and inspiring the next generation.
I think USA dropped the ball on this. We have a new wave coming in, and it's being denied. I think the WNBA, this is just my view, bro. They've established something and they built something, right? They got something. It's a new wave that is here. And it's got a major blockage on it, man. Listen, to everybody out here, bro, we're not fighting over the pie that's been established. The ideal is to grow the pie.
Paul Pierce, another Celtics legend, witnessed Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping 41-point performance against LSU and could hardly believe what he saw. He called it the greatest performance I've ever seen in the college tournament, male or female. High praise from someone who's seen his fair share of March Madness magic. The truth didn't stop there. Pierce chimed in to back Kevin Garnett. agreeing that Clark's Olympic snub was a mistake and emphasizing just how much she brings to the game. When legends like this are in your corner, you know you're doing something extraordinary.
You claim you want the women's game to grow, and then you keep the most popular girl in women's basketball off the team. How do you grow internationally and domestically if you don't put her on the U.S. team? It just makes the most sense. Sometimes you have to say, hey, you guys, this is bigger than the game, which it is.
But don't think for a second that it's all high praise and smooth sailing for Caitlin Clark. She's constantly adapting, evolving her game to meet the challenges of the pro level. The WNBA brings tougher competition and physicality that could make even some NBA players hesitate. Clark's learning this firsthand, and it's reshaping the way she plays. And it's not just her evolving. The league itself is adapting to the once-in-a-generation talent that Caitlin Clark represents. Meanwhile, NBA legends are watching her every move. Take Charles Barkley, for example. The round mound of rebound isn't just impressed with Clark's incredible stats. He's blown away by her professionalism and her ability to block out the noise and drama surrounding her. Barkley said,
I mean, what she's done for the game the last couple of years, I mean, she is a shining star. And you know, the thing I like about her, man, she doesn't say a word. Yeah, she's never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job.
But he's also been vocal about the challenges she's facing. Barkley has called out the petty nonsense Clark has been subjected to on the court, admitting he didn't expect her to encounter such rough play in the WNBA. For someone like Barkley to take notice, you know it's serious.
I didn't think she was going to have to worry about all this petty nonsense that's going on. These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
But here's where it gets interesting. Not everyone agrees with Charles Barkley. At number 10, we have Indiana Pacers legend Reggie Miller, who has a completely different perspective. He's not shocked by the challenges Caitlin Clark is facing. In fact, Miller said,
"You're playing at the highest level. You're playing in the WNBA. You're coming from college and you're going to the pro ranks, right? What did she expect was going to happen? Why are people so shocked, right? You're playing against grown women. The same thing happened to us as rookies, going against MJ. They're out there trying to embarrass you. It's nothing personal."
Miller's take? This is the pros, the big leagues. The veterans aren't about to roll out the red carpet for a rookie. They're going to test her, push her to the absolute limit. And that's exactly what's happening. But here's the thing. Caitlin is proving them wrong, game after game, night after night. And Miller, he's definitely taking notice.
I absolutely love everything that Caitlin Clark stands for and what she has done for the women's game.
And of course, at number 11, we can't talk about legends without mentioning Larry Legend himself, Larry Bird.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it! Bird!
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires! And goes! She hit it!
Fans and analysts alike have been drawing comparisons between Clark and Bird for a while now. But here's Bird, adding his own voice to the conversation, with some serious praise for Caitlin. He shared that he watches Caitlin's Iowa games just as much as he keeps up with his own alma mater, Indiana State. Now that's high praise coming from one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, he had a great run and it's fun to watch, you know, and they moved the basketball, he was well coached. I watched him all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa, Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I was watching a lot of basketball.
There you have it, folks. 11 NBA legends and MVPs showing their admiration for Caitlin Clark. But it's about more than just praise and accolades. Caitlin is inspiring a whole new generation, proving to young boys and girls everywhere that anything is possible. A new era in the WNBA is unfolding right before our eyes. We're not just witnessing history, we're living it. And the best part? Caitlin Clark's journey is only just beginning. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.